Welcome back to another episode of the Bruh Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Gnomeo and Juliet.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay,
One of the worst movies ever.
I
thought it was pretty good.
I actually thought it was pretty good.
You guys actually liked
the
it,
best one out of all five.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it was not.
Maybe tied with Sharknado. Sharknado was pretty funny.
Sharknado was the best.
No.
We'll get into that later.
Yes.
So let's start off with the budget.
$36 million. That's wow. Okay, yeah. So that's a lot
For a fully animated movie.
Actually, I feel like that's pretty small.
Yeah.
Well,
for
it's a lot
animated
compared
movies,
to like Sharknado.
It had a Lady Gaga song in it.
It did.
Like,
Lady Gaga and
the
Elton
second-
John.
It's the second
Yeah,
least
it's gotta be
budget,
at least
though,
like
that we had.
35.
Elton John.
The music in there was actually
Definitely.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Music in
no,
it
seriously,
actually
the
was
music
really
was good.
The music
I mean,
was
like,
indeed good.
For the $36 million they spent, they made $193 million. That's pretty good.
I was at least like 100 of that.
Yeah, we had to pay for that. No, it was on Disney Plus. But so technically, yeah, I had to pay for it because I have Disney Plus. But like, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good movie, best out of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
I would actually consider it a good movie. I watched it again this weekend, actually.
You watched it like voluntarily.
Yeah,
It was probably like my fifth time
so
watching Romeo and Juliet.
The majority
Oh my
of the
God.
group considers this to not be a bad movie.
It's a quality movie.
I mean, can we just talk about the plot though, for real? Like, so we got, what do we have? So it's like classic story, like star-crossed lovers, whatever.
Forbidden Love.
Forbidden love, yes. Forbidden fruit, forbidden love. And so like, I mean, what happens next? Like, this Julie gets like glued to her like pedestal
Whoa,
or
whoa.
something.
You just you just didn't explain anything about the movie.
That was
You
like-
just jumped
you
right
just
into
jumped
the
from-
end.
Okay.
You just jumped from
You
like
just
the
went from
first
zero
part
to
to
the
the last part of the
okay. So like, there's like the red and the blue, right? They're like, it's like race war, or like the Montague and the Capulets, and so
What are they? You have to say what they are.
they're gnomes.
There you go.
Well, I feel like that's kind of clear because the name of it's Gnomeo and Juliet.
Well, some people don't know.
Yeah, so basically it's a tale of gnomes falling in love with each other, which is kind of weird. And then there's like a frog thrown in there, and a mushroom, and a deer. That one's pretty cool. The deer is pretty cool.
Factual.
He's actually Australian. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's one of the Australians. But we get into that trend later in the podcast. But like, I mean, man, the plot was all over the place.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was like Gnomeo and Juliet, but like, except for them dying at the end, they didn't die.
It was
they were
like
okay.
Gnomeo and Juliet.
A
yeah.
kids movie, no
It
dying.
was.
Yeah, no death allowed here. like-
Someone died.
Who? Oh, Tybalt died.
No, but he was fixed.
Oh right,
Yeah,
they
but he
they
still
glued
died.
Tybalt
But
back
he still,
together.
he still died.
He
Yeah.
still
Well, I
died.
mean, I think in my
Tybalt is kill.
he definitely deserved it. I think
Facts.
he deserved it. I
Like
mean, he was
he
so
was
mean.
attempted murder.
He was so mean to Gnomeo.
That was just self-defense.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, Gnomeo told him to like look.
Yeah, he warned him.
He
adequately.
did.
Tybalt.
That was
suicide.
And then they claimed he was a murderer.
Right, exactly. Like
No,
seriously.
he tried to like not kill him. Yeah.
My God. So yeah, I mean, like that plot was just.
He also faked his death.
Yeah, Gnomeo faked his death. Can we talk about that? Like what?
Oh,
He
yeah.
like
It was
he-
actually
it was
a
a
teacup.
teacup.
That
yeah.
was actually pretty cool. Like, cause wasn't it like Juliet who faked her death in the first one, or was
Well,
it?
she didn't fake
Yeah.
her. Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
did fake
she
her
did.
death.
So like, it was good to like
Switch
change
it up.
a
Switch it
bit,
up.
make it spicy.
Well, and then there was like Shakespeare. Like Shakespeare was literally
statue.
in the movie, and he
Yeah,
was like
true.
flinging Gnomeo around on his quill
When
or
you put the
something.
author in the movie, that's how you know it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in that case, they should have put Elton John in there because that movie was totally prompted by
Elton John is a gnome.
I mean, he produced the
Wasn't
movie.
he one
Did
of
he
the
actually?
gnomes?
Yeah. Did you just think that that they just like really liked Elton John and just made all the songs Elton John?
Yep.
Honestly, that's totally fair, but like, nah.
Oh my God.
Nah,
So
he produced it.
okay. So this just in, they actually. That's so crazy. Elton John like produced Gnomeo and Juliet, which is why every single song in the entire movie is by Elton John.
Which I am not upset about.
Yeah, there was
personally.
not a single bad song.
Exactly, because it was all.
No, yeah, we were
songs.
bopping to the soundtrack.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. That's pretty dope.
Factual.
Yeah. So we got like Like, can we just like they turned it into a race war though? Like, can we
The
talk
Civil
about that?
War, the
like,
blue and red.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just kind of like two families that were kind of mad at each other in the real one, but then in this one it was like a full-on race war, and that was
yeah,
kind
like,
of insane.
and then there was like the frog who was green, and she was like mad at Juliet for liking a blue. Do you remember that? She was picking up petals of the flower.
I don't think she
and
was
then
mad. She was just like dramatic.
She was like, your love is doomed. Your love is dead. And then she was like fainting on Juliet and everything. Just it was a full on race war. I mean, yeah. What eventually happened though? Like they kind of came together, right?
Yeah.
Out of like after they ordered the giant
lawnmower.
lawnmower. What was it called? Terraforminator.
Terraforminator, yeah. I actually
Your lawn will be afraid to grow.
I like that Hulk Hogan did the voice for that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
My God. Yeah. So after they like destroyed their whole property
Both backyards.
right,
They were
both
like,
backyards.
wow,
after
our
they-
children are not dead. Let's be friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they were throwing tomatoes and blueberries at each other, and then like you'd think the people who would come home to like notice that their lawns are like absolutely in terror.
There was no background information on the two neighbors. I was wondering why they didn't like each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean.
All we got was the background on the flamingo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
let's talk about the
flamingo. Yeah,
How
so
his
we got.
owners
Oh my
got
God.
divorced and they moved out.
Yeah. So there's another. If you've been listening, there's another trend in the divorce. So we had in Jack and Jill, we had Jack and his wife were like having issues about Jill, and then in Sharknado there was Finn and April got divorced, and like outside of the movie, and then in Gnomeo and Juliet, the people with the flamingos got divorced. So like
Yep.
that's where the flamingo like he got thrown into the shed without his leg, and they like shipped away his love.
So
Then-
all these
But she came
movies-
back in the end.
Yeah,
yeah.
they bought her off of eBay.
They
How was it the exact flamingo?
Well, I
How?
mean, it's the chances, just like in Sharknado. That was the exact shark had
Oh,
to eat the exact
exactly.
same
Yeah,
person.
I heard-
I mean, really, the probability here is just perfect. I think my math teacher would enjoy that a lot.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, wow, like just the divorce, the race war, and then we've got the deer. What's up with the Australians in every single one of these? Like
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really an Australian in
Jack and Jill.
Gnomeo and Juliet either.
No, that was the deer.
Oh, the deer was Australian.
Yeah, the deer was
Australians
Australian.
are more interesting
okay.
than the British.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an whole army coming at us right now. So we got
If
Shark.
anybody's listening from Australia, please
Yeah,
do not kill
Please,
us.
please do not tune in anymore. It's
Yeah,
over.
just kinda
Well,
like,
the Australians are
delete
way
that
more
from your
British.
memory.
I mean, when you think of Australians or British, which one's like, we're like, wow, Australian. And the British is like, oh my god, I see.
You might want to just stop talking before like someone finds us and like kills us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the surfer who's
There's a
Australian.
kangaroo bouncing outside my house right now.
The kangaroo. Yeah, so Romeo and Juliet was quite the spectacular movie. So do you want to let's go around and give our bra ratings at the end? So Jacob, why don't you start us
All right,
off? with
I'm
that?
gonna say that was a 1 out of 10 bruh, because if you'll recall, the bruh scale was like how was the bruh scale again?
1 to
Explain. I already
10.
forgot.
1 to 10 bras.
It's 1 to
More
10.
bras, the worse the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 2 bruh, cause like it wasn't great, but I unironically enjoyed it. So
So
2
like
out of 10
Sharknado.
bruh.
Like
No, I didn't like.
oh, you didn't
Sharknado.
like Sharknado.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So like what were some things you liked about it? Like did you like was it just like entertaining or was it like
I liked the gnome part, like that I liked ironically. It was just, there was some actually good jokes, and I liked the characters. They were very lovable, you know? Like the flamingo
He was my
was
favorite.
amazing, and the frog was also really good. And then just the Elton John songs, because I'm a huge Elton John fan.
what was the flamingo's name?
Did he have a name?
Romeo and
I think
Juliet.
it was just, did he have a name?
He had an accent too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He had a Spanish
His name was
accent.
Featherstone.
Yo, it was.
Featherstone. Yeah,
Yeah.
he like talked to himself a lot. I like that flamingo. That flamingo made that movie pretty good.
That flamingo was the best part of that movie.
His
What
only
about-
purpose was to support the two.
Yes, I mean that was
Romeo
his
and
only
Juliet.
like. Is there a character in Romeo and Juliet that's like the flamingo? Like, was there someone that he's supposed to be? Because I know, like, Tybalt and, like,
Oh, I'm not actually sure.
Benny, where they were
Yeah.
supposed to be, like, who? Mercutio, and who's the other one?
Horatio? I don't know.
What? Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, Max, what about you? What's your bro rating for that?
Well, considering the fact that I was so bored that I fell asleep for half the movie, I'm gonna give it like at least a 6, bros, because it was just boring. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Maybe you're just not cultured enough. I thought it was great.
Like, I at least with Sharknado, I was engaged and laughing. Like this one,
Are you telling me you were engaged during Jack and Jill?
If I may interject,
I just wanted to die.
If I may interject for a moment, when I watched it again this weekend, I watched it with a couple other people, and one of the people like fell asleep during it or just like didn't pay attention to it, and then was like, "I hate this movie," but I was paying attention, so I liked it a bit more, and I think that's probably the movie. Just like
You gotta pay attention.
you gotta
bro.
pay attention to it, or you're just, what is this? Why are there gnomes on the screen?
Why am I watching lawn gnomes fight each other?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, wow. So, Raina, what about you?
I give it a 2 out of 10, bros, because there were certain parts where I did find cringy, but it is catered towards children. But I think the plot was pretty good. I also have a question for everyone. What was your favorite character?
Favorite character?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Benny. That kid was too cool for school. He was literally insane. Like, I mean, like, picture someone, like, okay, let me just give you a picture if you haven't seen this movie. It's this, like, tiny gnome, like, tiny, like, smaller than the average gnome with this, like, huge hat, like, this huge hat on the top.
His hat was huge.
And, yeah, and then he got cut off, so he had, like, this half of a hat, and he was all sad about it, but it was kind of funny.
It was not a half.
He,
It
like-
was like this stub.
Okay.
A slice.
Yeah, facts. It, like, sliced off the rest of his hat, but, I mean, he
You think
went
they
on...
gave him brain damage?
Definitely. He's
like,
a
made-
gnome. He doesn't
Yeah, they're
have
all-
a brain.
Like, the
Yeah.
hat is made out of the same material as the rest of his body, so I'm guessing he had, like, brain damage or something after
He
that.
definitely did.
Or, like,
I mean, after that, he like
Went
didn't
crazy.
he like go on the computer and like order that Terraforminator thing
Well,
and
that
like
was-
absolutely
That was
lay
because he
waste
was
to the
mad that he
land?
lost his
yeah,
hat.
he was like...
No, he was
I
mad
had-
that he lost Gnomeo.
He was
No,
like,
he was
I
mad
have
that
brain damage
It was
now,
no
and
damage.
my best friend is dead. I gotta go and buy a sick lawnmower.
After they bought the kitten clipper.
I mean, but he's a reason
No, they
that
didn't buy the kitten clipper. It was just in the cart.
Oh.
he's a reason that they all came together. So
I mean, I don't know, dude. Benny was definitely my favorite character, but while we're on the subject of favorite characters, I'd give this movie, I'd say 2 out of 10 bros, simply because, I mean, fun story short, I used to watch this movie when I was a kid, like, every day. I had a problem. It clearly a big problem, because this movie wasn't the greatest. I mean, it was pretty good for a bad movie. But like, my God, I don't know how you could possibly be obsessed with a movie about gnomes falling in love with each other. But
I don't know how you could not be.
I mean, it's like, well, I as a kid, I thought Gnomeo was fine.
doesn't it make you want to go buy them now?
Honestly, as an adult, he's pretty fun.
You go buy them and put them on your lawn.
Oh my God, yeah. So who are your favorite characters? Everyone else?
Like I said before, I enjoyed the frog.
Me too.
And the Dolly Parton like gnome, that was pretty crazy. I like that Dolly Parton's in the movie. She makes good movies and good music. And yeah, the one gnome that got his head cut off, he was pretty funny.
I liked the gnome with the bathing suit.
That was mine. He looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's got like a beard and everything.
And the yellow sunglasses and that really, really
I like
tight,
the fish. The one that
oh my God, the
sunk.
fish that like he kept catching it, and she was like, "Thank you."
I got one.
And then she would like swim to the ground, and then she would hit her nose, and then she would go, "Oh," and then like everything would like reset.
Justice for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, to really wrap that up, Gnomeo and Juliet. Clearly a good bad movie to most of us. Max really doesn't agree. I don't really know why.
It was boring.
Besides
Said
them
that.
falling asleep.
I enjoyed the movie.
But we really enjoyed this horrible movie. Yeah, so like tune in next time because we're gonna be talking about Anchorman 2, which is it's just really
Super random movie.
It's
a movie.
It's a movie
that we watched.
that it existed and they made it. So
Yes. So
that's really all we can tell you about right now because I don't even know where to start.
For actual context, join us next time.
Yeah, seriously.
And as always,
Bruh.
bruh.
Bruh.